What's up? It's Lip Service. I'm Angela Yee.
I'm Gigi Maguire.
I'm Mora.
I'm Roy Woods.
And I'm Mahalia.
Okay. Hey, y'all did great. And look, this is the first time we started the show off like this, but we all have a cup, right? And what I want to do is, and we'll end with you, Gigi. We're all going to go around the room to toast to something that we're grateful for. Okay. So Laura, we'll start on this side.
I'm grateful for life. I'm grateful for great friends, family, and a job.
J-O-B.
Period.
Mahalia.
I think today I am grateful for my mum and dad.
Okay.
I arrived in New York last night. I always get a bit homesick on the first day. And my parents always just are there at all times. So I think today it's them.
All right. Well, I would say that I'm really grateful for my show, Way Up with Angela Yee. You know, we started in February and it's doing extremely well. So I was nervous when it first started. So I'm excited that things have definitely been way up. And
way up.
Yes, got a lot of great things happening. Roy.
That's lovely. I'm just grateful to even be here doing what I do because it's been a little while, right? So, you know, I'm glad that I'm here to be able to still do what I do. That's not high level. I'm appreciative for my family, for Father God, guiding me. And all the little things that I never really got to appreciate, you know, when I was younger. Going into a man now, I'm seeing things different. So I'm very appreciative. What do you mean?
No, we're going to talk about it. Don't worry. Okay.
All right. Well, you know, yeah, just appreciative and grateful for the little things, you know? Yeah.
And Gigi.
And last but not least, of course, I am grateful for my man, because it's a fiance.
Gigi's getting married.
I'm getting married, you guys.
So we get to announce all of that here. So
That's
we're
big.
glad that you guys are here to celebrate with us. So everybody got to do the shot, or Gigi's going to have
Now
8
wait.
years of bad sex.
We have to explain this whole shot situation because
okay.
everybody knows that I haven't been drinking, right? Yep. I was in Costa Rica this past week and I celebrated 2 years of no liquor. And just because I just needed a lifestyle change, a little cleanse. I wasn't an alcoholic or nothing bad happened. I just needed a break, right? Mm-hmm. So this celebratory shot of 1942 is the first real liquor that I'm going to be having.
Okay.
And well, besides the half a shot we did a long time ago, but that don't count. I just had to, because Angela's the only person that can make me do something that I don't really want to do because she's that friend and to be like, oh, it'll be all right.
I know those ones.
But this is a real shot. It's in a red cup.
I
And
love that.
cheers to life, to love, to happiness.
And to music, which is the soundtrack
music.
to
Yes.
everything that we do in
And
our lives.
appreciation.
God bless.
Yes.
That part.
Pray for me, y'all, because
Her man.
Who was skunt? Who?
Not bad, right?
I see him.
You're the only one that's reacting this way.
Oof,
Roy.
yeah,
I have chills.
It's the first shot in the morning.
He was
For me,
shaking.
I just woke up.
You were shaking with every
Everybody
sip.
did it.
wait, I had a reaction.
Yeah.
So you're looking scares
My
me.
lash
man.
stuck together.
I don't have good memories. But we good.
At least you have
arms.
memories.
You
Oh my
see that?
I don't know if
that
I like
was
them that
intense.
much.
At least it was
y'all
42
good?
though, because
Everybody's
nothing but the best
good?
of the best of the best.
Good.
All right, good. Well, I'm so glad that we're all here to talk about this because this is a fun time. And has anybody in here ever been engaged?
No, I haven't.
I was.
Yeah.
But he was engaged to me and somebody else too.
Oh, at the same damn time?
Yeah.
That's spicy.
He had like 5 other lives outside of me.
So I'm nervous.
Oh wow.
Sheesh.
Yeah. Sucked.
He was a busy man, huh?
Very busy. Different
well.
area code. That was the vibe.
Well, there you go.
My situation is very unique.
Yeah, that's what we got to get into because you guys got to hear this.
So
Spill.
So he is a entrepreneur. I live in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
He owns clubs and a franchise of soul food restaurants in Atlanta.
Ooh.
We like
And
soul
I
food.
was love soul food.
Love.
And I was it's called the Peach Cobbler Cafe actually.
Pulling up.
And I was in one of his clubs on July 5th, the day after 4th of July. And he actually had security come get me out of the section because he wanted to meet me.
So to be
And-
clear, today's July 24th. This happened July 5th.
Right.
Dang.
3 weeks ago.
Yes. So 10 days later, we went on our first date. Very soon within the first, part of the conversation, he said that you are the woman I prayed for. God sent you to me and I want you to be my woman. And I'm like, already? And he's like, yeah, I'm a grown ass man. I know what I want. And that's you. So I'm like,
feel that.
okay. So
Roy
he's
Woods
like,
is like, I am not a grown ass.
he's
woman.
like,
No,
what's
I feel
today's
that.
date?
I feel that. What do you mean? I feel that. What do you want? What do you mean? Transition.
So he's like, what's today's date? And I'm like, July 15th. And he's like, so if you say yes, then today's our anniversary. And I'm like, well, I guess today's our anniversary because I say yes.
Oh.
So we went to both of his clubs and we're like holding hands the whole time and like making out in front of everybody. So much PDA like all night. By the end of the night, we were exchanging I love yous. And 3 days later, there was an engagement. He proposed.
Can y'all believe that?
And I went and so of course it all happened really fast. So I know everybody's looking for the ring. There's no ring.
You got a tattoo.
But it's coming.
She did get a tattoo.
But I did get a tattoo across here, and it says his name, Mrs. Bleep, 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 bleep. Read it if you can. I'll tell y'all. I'll tell y'all later. But yeah, so there will be a wedding. I don't want to give too much of the details, but it's happening. And I honestly just feel like I'm in a dream. Like it's like a fairy tale because my friends know that I'm not this girl. Like I'm not the,
She
oh my
would
God,
be like, I don't want to get married.
Exactly.
I'm okay like this.
Yeah.
So.
But me being a grown ass woman and that being one of the things that he loves about me, I know that I trust my gut instincts and my heart and my soul, and I just feel like he is my person. Like I've spent the last 9 days with him, and we wake up every day 6 a.m. and just talk and have those heart to hearts and talk for hours, and we've gotten to know each other on such a spiritual and deep level that I know that I'm making the right decision, and I know that it's real. My man.
Clap it up for you, girl. Come on.
Hi, baby.
I'm feeling the love over here. I love it.
Now, Mahalia, let me ask you: does this? How do you feel about a story like this? Because does it scare you?
I think it probably scares me slightly, but I'm kind of
Yeah, no,
I'm a
I love
baby.
it.
Like,
Yeah,
I'm kind of like, but it scares me. But
Because it is. Love is scary.
okay,
Butts for
everybody,
me, dog.
it scares me only because I mean, does it like I don't know if it actually does scare me. Me personally, that's the kind of thing that I imagine would happen to me.
Yes.
Because I think that I'm very much a lover girl, and everybody who knows me knows that I am. Yeah, and I don't think that you should ever be scared for anything like that. I think it's lovely. Listen, I've been with my man for 3 years, and sometimes I look at him like, are you gonna like soon?
What's up?
Or,
Yeah.
Like love. Like,
Yeah.
TikTok.
I mean, like already, like I'm obsessed.
That's when you leave here. You be like, so I just want to tell you what happened today.
Right, I did an interview and this girl,
You know what? I tell you what I will say though. My mum and dad, they met in Leicester, where I'm from, and after like I think it was like 3 months, they got pregnant. And I think my mum was like, I want to have the baby. My dad was like, I'm not sure.
skeptical.
They were like 26, I think. So my dad was like, I'm not sure. And she was like, well, I'm going to have this baby if you stay or you don't stay. And I think he might have gone away for a little bit. Like he might have been like, I need a minute. And that's my older brother. So my parents have been together for all that time, still together, 35 years.
Wow.
That's
And they were just each other's person.
Love wins.
Yes.
And sometimes people be a little nervous, but they came through in the end.
100%.
And that's fair. You know,
I love it for you, 1,000%.
Thank you.
But they say, when you meet your person, you know.
You know.
Like they say, you're gonna know. I'm waiting.
You like they say,
Wait,
they say
Yeah.
now
Time
Roy
to ticket.
Woods as the only male over here, I would love to hear your thoughts on something like this, because as a person who has songs like "Don't Love Me,"
Yeah.
I want and you are younger, so I just want to get
sure.
your take on it as a man.
Yeah.
Have you ever felt like, oh my God, so overwhelmed with love really, really early on? And if you have, did it last? Do you feel like this is something that you could envision for yourself?
Well, I would say from young, I've been a hard lover, right? So like, I never been shunned to showing love. It's just that when I was younger, I never really got back the love I gave back. Even after, actually, I'm not gonna lie, even after. So, this girl, do your thing, run it up.
I'm here for
Because
it.
I just went through something like that where I was just like, you know what? Fuck it, we just gonna go through it, right? But it didn't work out.
Okay.
Right? But it was okay, right? Because
Why
I
did it
understood.
not work out?
She just wasn't for me, right? I knew exactly, and I have that now, right? Honestly, because it's a long story, but
Look, we got time.
Oh my God.
because so basically, I have a lover I've been like talking to for like about a year now, but I've known her since like high school. We went to the same high school, right?
Okay.
And you know, our lives, I feel like if we just met at a different time, we would have been perfect, but we just came back into each other's lives at the worst time possible. So that's why May don't love me.
Okay.
Because I was like, yo, I don't want love right now. I'm still my young boy trying to, you know what I'm saying? So I got to wean out of that, right?
Yeah.
I'm still trying to find myself and trying to find what being a man is, right? For me, right? Because I already do a lot of shit that a lot of men don't do.
Like what?
Well, I take care of mine. I've always been, I stand on that. You know, I've been responsible. I had to take care of my mom when I was 8, right? Because she had fibromyalgia, if you know what that is.
What is it?
It's a pain condition. It's a pain condition where it leaves you with spasms in your muscles and you can't walk. My mom couldn't walk me to school.
Wow.
Yeah, like that's how bad it was. So, and that was a young age. So, and I got my little sister too. So I know responsibility when I see it, you know? So I hold certain people accountable. Especially my father, you know what I'm saying? We're good, everything good, but I know the kind of man that I am compared to a lot of older men that I see.
Based off of what you had to do.
And I still do, hands down till this day, right? Like I take care of everything, trust me. I'm that guy. When it comes down to that, and I don't play with that, you know? So I know the kind of man I am in that sense, but I'm still young, last. I don't really have a lot of direction. Like the direction I'm getting is from people that I've allowed into my life, and I'm learning from them, you know? So, you know, I know how to always be a lover, but now being a man and that with responsibilities and catering, I just had to realize, and nobody care about what you got going on. You just got to keep doing it. Right. You know, that's just what a man's life is.
So you want to have some fun because you really have been holding things down for so long.
I had fun.
You've been the responsible.
Yeah, and I had to when I was younger.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but do you do boyfriend things for her? But
What?
then,
All the time.
But then say that don't love me though?
No.
Right.
Well, now because we gotten through that. So, you know, we said, there was a point in time where we said, you know what, we're getting too toxic for each other. We got to kind of separate. And, you know, she left. She blocked me on everything. I was like, damn, what's that bad?
You got to.
You have to.
Like, I know what that's like.
It hurt. I was like, oh, man, I hurt.
You have to. I block quick.
Listen,
for my peace of mind, I'm going to block you. It
But I
has
understood
nothing
that.
to do.
I kind of want you to see
Then
what
I
I'm
dropped
doing.
the song too, right? So she was like, oh no, I got to block this nigga. I can't be seeing you everywhere. We just said, you know what I'm saying? So that's when I made Touch What I Know, my new single, right?
Okay.
And because I tried moving on and it didn't
I
work.
like this though, that you're writing it and it's from a real place.
Right.
Yeah.
That's my
Because
life.
people need to know the stories behind the music. Like
Yeah.
for both of you.
Yeah.
For when you're writing these songs, it helps so much because you're like, oh my God, I went through that same thing. It feels so
Yeah.
much more
Very
like,
relatable.
Exactly. Yeah. We all go through it, right? And that's what I love, just putting my life out, putting my story out. Because not a lot of people would think, oh, like he feels the same. He's going through the same shit on that level. Like, no, yeah, I'm still
Absolutely.
I'm human.
Yeah.
That
Young
part.
boy problems.
Yeah.
Young boy.
My girl.
I'm trying to figure it out here.
That's it right there.
It feels like he wants to be in love and be in a relationship, but at the same time,
He wants to figure it out.
But that is kind of like
That's life.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out. I'm still a young man. I
You
still
got
trying to
time.
have fun. Well, but now I don't even want nobody else because we figured it out.
Right.
Okay.
So
awesome.
she
So you
my
working
rock.
on making that?
No, she my rock. That's my girl. That's who I'm rolling with. I've known her for years, and I don't trust a lot of people, new people. Like, you know, she's shown me everything. Like,
Nice.
I was like, listen. Basically, it was like this. You got this one problem, but you got everything else I like. I'm gonna deal with this one problem. 'Cause they don't- you know what I'm saying? You got to do one. Everybody got them, right? So I'll take that. It's not that stressful for me. I'll deal with it and let's roll.
it.
You know what I'm saying? She's perfect for me.
Now, Mahalia, let's talk about your situation. So 3 years?
3 years.
3 years.
Okay. So this is not somebody you broke up with and got back together with, is it?
No.
Okay.
No, this was a new guy. This guy was, it was really an accident. I went into the pandemic with my ex, and I think the pandemic basically, we just shouldn't have been together.
And the pandemic exposed
Exposed all of that.
Yeah. Like my dad, I remember my dad saying to me that he felt like we were like a summer fling that went on for too long.
Okay.
because you all were stuck together.
Exactly. And then the pandemic happened, and I think most of us, if any of us were in kind of like situationships, I think a lot of people pushed together so that you could not be apart for like months. So me and him stuck together, and then it just fell apart. Like it didn't even it literally crumbled.
It crumbled.
Yeah.
I know
like,
those ones too good,
yeah,
too
because
well, man.
falling and crumbling is two very different
Yes.
things.
Yeah.
This didn't like break. This it was just crumbling everywhere.
Yeah.
So we eventually, well, I say we called it quits. That's me trying to make it sound better. He just left. I came back one day. He was gone.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
How did that make you
off it
feel?
like that? He just said, he didn't even say goodbye.
Listen, you didn't have
he
to
a
be the
different
bad
type of
guy.
nigga.
Therapy.
It made you go into therapy.
I was really bad.
Wow.
I think it was. I think I'm quite an optimistic person. I think I've always kind of been. I think I'm an optimistic pessimist, if that makes any sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I am, and I've also. I think I've seen a lot of mental health illness in my life, with family, with my brothers, and so I think I've always had to kind of. Not dissimilar to you, Roy, but I think I've just had to kind of keep it together.
Yeah.
And when my ex left, I think it was the first time that I've really allowed myself to fall apart. I don't think I ever thought that I could be a low feeling person. But I think that was the first time that I really experienced depression, to be honest.
Okay.
Wow.
So it was about 2 months, and then I started therapy. Therapy definitely pulled me out of it. I think just being able to like work through it and figure out like what the hell happened. I never really got closure from him. We kind of had one conversation and tried to. I tried to understand his reasoning. I didn't really get it.
Did something happen, or was it just the
I think it was just crumbling.
Yeah, it was just
So
crumbling.
have you spoken to him since?
Once.
Just once. Okay.
Once. And it was kind of okay.
Okay.
I think I'd done enough. I by that point, I think I was about a year out of it.
Oh, it had been that long.
It'd been a long time.
Sometimes that's the best. You gotta wait.
Yeah.
Until I'm
yeah.
not
Time.
mad,
Yeah.
emotional.
But then within that time, this is like, so in the UK, there was a period of time towards the end of 2020 when they started this initiative called Eat Out to Help Out. I don't know if you didn't have that here.
Oh yeah, well,
we
it means
didn't.
something different for
Okay,
us.
eat out. Because baby, if you eat it out, it's gonna help you out. Okay, you gonna be alright. Period.
Oh my goodness, that's so funny shit.
Eat it out to help you out. Okay.
Come
But obviously,
on.
because so many businesses were like taking a huge hit from the pandemic,
Okay.
they were trying to get
Support
independent-
the businesses.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
to help
good
them out.
stuff.
Yeah.
That's,
So
that's a great
So they
initiative.
they reopened up outside areas of restaurants.
Oh, we
so
call
you
those
could
the
sit-
streeteries.
Right. So we would go out, and there was this one night where I was out. I had had some dinner, and then I went to get a drink with my friend, all outside. And then a
Here he
friend of
was.
mine walked in with this guy, and then that's my now partner.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how did you have an instant attraction? Was it?
Yes, I did. But I should I say? I don't know if I had an instant. I think I had an instant emotional attraction. I
Okay.
thought he was very funny. He was also a songwriter.
Oh.
I was kind of interested by him. He was a songwriter who was studying law.
Okay.
Ooh.
So he's creative and smart.
Yeah.
He's like, I like him for it.
And
No
clearly,
cap.
if there was an
I be on that type
connection,
shit, you know what I'm
it is
saying?
appealing to
I like
the eye.
that.
100%,
Yes.
100%. And
Yes.
I think it made me realize that I've never dated a guy who reads.
Oh, wow.
Reading
Oh, he
is
reads.
so
Fundamental.
Yeah,
What does
let
he
me
read?
tell you, that's amazing.
What does he like to read?
He reads nonfiction. Like he reads
Yeah.
like books that I would never read.
Like what?
Like he'll read books about politics.
Yeah.
There's
Okay.
a book actually that he gave me called like Politics, Sex, and something else.
Ooh, I love
Very
type books like that. Like that's why
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's what he's
Yeah.
into.
I'm into like the mind and shit. So like,
yeah,
I love
whereas
reading
I'm
books about
into
the
like
mind. And,
I'm into like mystery novels.
But you know what? That is something so interesting. Guys who read books.
yeah.
Right?
I just got back into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm about to go read some books.
I be buying books
But yeah.
all the time. Just
But
because.
that's amazing, right?
Yeah.
And even for you, dating women who read
Yeah.
books.
Yeah,
You know,
different.
because people in general don't
Read
enough
as much as
books.
they
Yeah.
should. And you
Internet's
have a book
easy.
club, Angela. How many men do you have that are within? It's mostly women, huh?
It is mostly women in my
Yeah,
book club.
because guys
That makes
just
sense.
don't.
I
they
read a lot
on their
though.
own.
I
You
love
do.
and I read a lot because of what I do.
Angela
for a
has a
living.
library in her house.
But I
right?
Do
do.
you?
Yes.
I'm trying to get on
Oh,
that
yeah.
one right there.
Intertwined.
No
It's
cap.
intertwined with the bar.
into her
There's
decor.
a bar on one side and a whole library on the
Set me
other
up.
side.
Yeah.
But to me, books and booze go perfect together.
Absolutely.
You know, it's
I'm not mad
nothing
at you.
like when I first bought my house, one of the main things I envisioned was like being able to sit down with some tequila, read a book, relax. I think
Yeah.
that's the best feeling, like to lose yourself in a
To
book.
unwind,
And depending
yeah.
on the vibe, I feel I could read a nonfiction book, but then I also sometimes like to just read like a trashy book if I'm just like,
Yeah.
you know, it's
For a little
just
bit
a
of
movie. It's just
entertainment.
kind of
Yeah.
like watching a movie.
Yeah. It's escapism.
And you
Yeah.
get to
Yeah.
see
Takes
your
you
own
out.
vision of it in
Yeah.
your head. That's the thing I like about books.
I love
Yeah,
that.
so
I
Yeah.
love
always
that.
loved
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
have a whole
Yeah.
image of what every
Yeah.
character looks
And it's
like.
very
Yeah.
personal to yourself.
Yeah.
But it is
yeah.
very sexy, somebody who reads. I would
Yeah.
say that.
Yeah.
Like to imagine being
Yeah.
able to like lay in bed with your person and you're both reading a book and
I
stuff
love it.
like
Yeah.
that.
I love
Or,
it.
you know,
That's
or,
a different type of love, right?
or
Right.
you're reading and
I
he's
like that
practicing that eat out initiative.
Eat out,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
practice.
You gotta eat out to help out, okay? I love that.
We gotta set an initiative up here.
Okay.
Oh my days.
Eat out and help out.
I kind of like that's the hashtag for us. Lip service, eat out to
Oh, look
help
what you
out.
done started.
Yeah.
You just started off.
You done came through with that one.
Oh
Right.
no.
Damn.
All right, and so then how did things progress from there? Like, how did you guys hook up initially?
We
Who
became
else-
friends. He was still involved
Best
with
thing.
somebody.
Oh.
Yeah, which I knew, but I don't think because I was so fresh out of this like sadness, I was kind of grateful that he was still figuring something out. And then him and her, I think they had split up and we were friends. We became friends. For the first time ever, saying that I'm a lover girl actually earlier, for the first time ever, I was scared. I was incredibly scared of having the feeling that my ex gave me at the end. Incredible.
yeah,
I've
yes.
never had that before, ever.
Wow.
Yeah,
I've never been fearful of like, just kind of jumping in. But this time, I think just kind of knowing that it could take me that far, I was like, I need to hold off a bit. So we were friends and then I don't remember actually. I think it was like, there was one evening where there were a bunch of us hanging out and I remember kind of coming in late because I'd been working and him telling me that he missed me that day. And I remember kind of looking at my girl like, oh my God, he just said that.
Yeah.
He just said that. And then that kind of being the thing. But we've had a real lovely time.
Okay.
The first year was difficult. I think I had like things or certain behaviors that I'd learned from my ex that I was trying to like kind of rewire my brain out of. But he's a really, really patient man.
That's one thing too.
Yes.
You cannot let your ex affect your new relationship.
No.
Facts.
That's because sometimes we feel like I don't want to be in love again. I'm never doing this again. I'm not trying to do X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
I'm never getting married.
But I always feel like, Gigi used to say
I
that.
used to say
but
that.
I always feel like, why am I going to let my ex dictate what I have, amazing going on in my life?
I fell victim to that, no cap. Oh, you want me to explain
Yeah,
it?
It's your turn.
Well, that's how I had my daughter. I was this was actually during COVID too. I was lonely and I was actually in something too. So the fact that I was lonely, I was like, why am I even feeling like this? So I acted out on something that I knew I shouldn't, right? So I did some slime bag shit to my girl that I was in a relationship with at the time, right? So boom, now 9 months later, I have
There's
a
a
kid.
baby.
Exactly.
Wow.
So I had to break on some Usher shit. I had to break it down. Like,
Yes, every time I was in the
I'm in Bahamas doing it too, right? And my leg mashed up because Drake he flew me to Bahamas. So I have to tell her on the phone in Bahamas, like, I got my ex.
You told her on the phone.
I had no choice.
Why?
She was
Because
gonna
your
find
ex was
out.
gonna tell her?
No.
It's 'cause you're away.
The conversation just came to that point.
Right.
So I couldn't, there was no
Yeah.
avoiding it. It's like, I'm just going to lie
Yeah.
to talk
Imagine
about
that.
it in person, or we just deal with it. I'm a
with
type of
it
person,
now.
I just deal with it now.
Yeah.
I'd rather not
Right,
let it
right,
linger
Rip
and
the
sit.
Band-Aid off.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What did she
like,
say?
why-
How did she respond? Like, how did
because
she?
I was honest about it. Obviously, she was upset, but she was like, "Okay, well, let's try to work through this," and we did try to work through it.
Until
But
it
she
didn't work.
couldn't. She had too many things in her life that now I started learning about her that she kept behind doors. That I was like, "Okay, yeah, we can't do this. You don't even have the strength for this."
I mean, that's
I
a
got
lot of strength, though.
No, of course.
it
You're
is,
telling
it
me,
is.
of course.
You telling me?
I know, right? That's why I gave her kudos. Like I gave
She
her,
tried.
She tried, right? But even then, she wasn't for me either. She's had so many other things she was doing. So no, I felt super victim to that until I my new girl.
Right.
Yeah.
How did you guys meet?
Well, we already knew each other from high school. I actually knew my baby mother from high school too, but we didn't go to the same school. Like me and my girl. So I had a party in like Mississauga. It's like the city beside my city.
I know Mississauga.
You know Mississauga?
With all the West Indies, Jamaicans, and everything.
You don't know. See? Yeah, man. So,
Laura lived in Toronto for a period.
Yeah.
oh yeah, how long?
During that fucked up engagement.
Not you.
Wow.
Toronto nigga?
Across the street. Well, he wasn't from Toronto, but for work.
Oh, for work. We work in
we had
Toronto.
to, yeah.
He became a Toronto nigga.
He was
NBA.
across the street from the Wayne, what's his name? Wayne Rusky, the hockey player. It's
Wayne
like
Gretzky?
Yes.
Oh, Wayne Gretzky.
Yes,
Oh,
so
okay,
I was
okay.
across. We lived at the Metropolitan, right across the street downtown.
Okay, see, yeah, okay, yeah, downtown.
His whole ass.
Wow.
Damn.
Toronto.
Gotta love it. There's a lot of women in Toronto though. That's
Yes.
what Toronto is definitely known for, like.
For the baddies?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And
Oh,
it's,
don't let it be Carabana. If your man go to Carabana,
exactly.
it's over.
Oh, shit.
And listen, they don't care.
Anybody. You single, you at Caravana, what
The
you
women,
doing there?
and not even if you're not single, like women, I felt like women, well, back then, I don't know about now, but my
they don't care
experience, like I would be standing next to him with my ring on and they didn't care.
They
Like
didn't
they'll
care.
walk up to him and then when I snap, I'm crazy.
Right, yeah.
Like,
no,
what you mean? Like,
Are you
they didn't
dumb?
care. They didn't care, and it's
they
crazy.
They still don't care.
And there was back then, there was a crew. There was like a crew of women that would flock to them. And there's like this one ringleader who would, do parties and invite all her girls and I crashed a couple of them shits.
Damn.
Ready to throw down.
Damn.
Me and my friends, because they were
Ain't playing.
his co-workers.
Yeah.
So it was like the basketball wives.
Yeah.
The basketball fiancés of
But
Toronto.
how do you deal with, in your line of work, jealousy, insecurity? Because that's also it's not easy to deal with an
Of
artist.
course. Yeah, no.
Somebody that women like you. You're
Yeah.
gonna be on the road. You're hanging out. You're probably at Drake parties too, and we
Yeah,
all
for
know.
sure.
But how do you handle that? Because sometimes you also have to be very sensitive to a woman you're dating. Just
Yeah.
making sure that she feels comfortable and reassured.
Of course, and it's honesty. Like that's how I've always been. That's why "Don't Love Me" is a song, because I'm just straight up honest with it. This is how I am. This is what it is right now. Rock with it,
Or don't love me.
pretty much. Rock with it, leave, or stay here and don't love me.
Yeah.
That's it, right? Because you want what you want. I know the kind of nigga I am. That's why you're so hooked. But at the end of the day, I have goals and things that I'm trying to go after, and I'm still young. I'm living my life. So if you're gonna slow me down, stay
How
over
can
there
a
with
woman
that.
slow you down?
Because first of all, women when they're not like how even y'all are in my era. Women are so lost, just like the men, right? So no one has guidance and direction because everybody's just worried about the expectations laid upon them, right? So then it goes to rebellion. It goes to nobody's even hearing me, listening to my problems. All right, so I'm acting out now. I'm gonna do what I want to do, and they're living young, they're living wild, living fast, right? That's all my generation is. So it's easy to stay away because you see what's going on, but it's easy to also see what's going on. It's so right in your face, right?
Yes.
So for me, I was just I just stay honest. I'm not trying to have nobody slow down what I got going on. I'm not trying to slow down anything else somebody else got going on.
Right.
I'm
That's
not
a
into
gem.
that. Yeah, I'm
That's a gem.
not trying to do that. If we're gonna go forward, let's not put no feelings. No feelings attached. Let's go with that. But because honestly, if that's what it is, that's what it is.
I think
If not,
it's really
then
hard to have no feelings.
Yeah,
attached.
even when you're
I'm not gonna lie,
dating
for me too,
someone.
because we tried it.
That's hard.
And it didn't work because
Yeah.
I caught so much feelings. I'm like,
See?
I'm treating her like my girl.
Yeah.
Even
And
though
now
I'm telling her
she's
to
your
don't
girl.
love me, right?
Right.
So it's like because I just can't help
You're
it. Like,
misleading
And you know
her
what? I feel like
Exactly.
unintentionally.
guys always
Exactly.
lead with this whole like, look, I'm not trying to do this. I'm not trying to
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
But then they treat you like they are trying to do
Yeah.
it.
Yes.
And it
This is
can
what-
get
It
get
causes
really
a lot of confusion.
confusing,
Yeah.
and then they don't really mean it, right?
Yeah.
It's
Because
not
I
that they
feel
don't
like
mean
y'all
it.
try to put that up as a safety guard.
Yes.
It's
Just
like
in
that.
case I
Yes.
don't want to, I'm gonna tell you I don't want this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Even
But it
though I
gets
don't
to a
know what I
point where
want.
the actions and the words aren't
Don't-
matching.
Yeah.
Oh
So
my
it's
God.
like, what are we doing here?
I feel
You know?
you. I
Then
feel
try
you.
to make you feel like you're crazy
Yeah.
because what you
Because the
experienced,
words
what you
are
saw,
one thing, but the actions are giving something else. And I'm going with these actions, and you going with these words.
Poor
Like,
Roy
you know
Woods.
what
I
I'm
think
saying?
it's like
here with all these
I
women.
think it's like a scapegoat. It's like a
Nah, he
scapegoat.
holding it down. He
Listen,
holding it down.
aunties that ain't
So when it goes-
four sisters.
Period.
I'm ready for this.
Listen,
I'm
when you
for
let
this.
it go, it's like, but I was honest with you from the beginning. Your words were, but not your actions.
That
And that's
part.
I became that too, right? Where it led into lying
Gaslighting
because
like
it's like,
a-
yo, we're supposed to be on this level, and then you say you understand that, but now you doing stuff that's trying to be like, yo, you're not keeping up to the same level that I'm at. You want more now,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then I also want more now, but you got to stay here. Because I appreciate you so much for even being that at that level.
Right,
That's
right.
why I want to give you more. That's why I want to do so much more. I'm treating you like my girl because you're actually respecting exactly what's going on in my life right now. So when you want some more now, then you start acting, now it's causing friction. That's when it starts lying. That's when it becomes toxic. You know what I'm saying? I went through it.
How do you feel about bringing her around, like when you have events and when you're like, say you're in the studio,
Yeah.
when you know you're around other artists and
Yeah.
things like that? How is that?
I mean, I gotta know shorty heart. And first of all, I don't even bring people around like that.
Right.
Yeah, because I have before, and it's just I've been to the fuckery. I'm just like, okay.
No, you got to tell me what happened before.
Yes.
Like, shorties be wilding, like, acting like, you know, like.
Well, tell me one thing
Yeah, I
that
gotta
has
know.
happened that.
Yeah, please.
Yeah,
tell
one
us.
example.
One.
Crazy
Or maybe
shit.
two.
All right, okay. Literally, maybe two. Listen, I've had girls fuck on all the homies.
What?
Wait, what? Do what? Fuck on all the.
Fuck on all the homies.
All
bro.
of-
Wait, so you brought in and
When
she
you
ended
say
up
fuck
fucking
on.
all of them?
Yeah,
Have
actually,
sex
on
with.
some spiteful shit though.
Yeah.
Right? On some spiteful
The
shit.
homies is like, I'll do it.
Right.
Yeah, they
It's okay.
couldn't be your homies. They had
Why
to
are
be.
they doing that?
No. I mean, well, first of all, people, I show my heart, but as I said, like, listen, I showed you what I want and what I'm working for. If you can stay here, keep up to that. If not, then kick
Right.
rocks, pretty much. And because I improve people's quality of life. When you come into my life, that's the only thing that's gonna happen.
And it
Is
should be
improving your
mutual.
quality of
She
life.
should be improving yours and
Exactly.
you should be improving
Yeah.
hers.
Right.
For sure.
But then people get spiteful when they don't get their end of the deal based on what they feel, right? Which is like, where are you looking at the bigger picture right now? Pretty much, even this, and it was not even like a relationship, it's more a situationship.
Right.
Right?
But it's
So-
not there yet.
It's not even there yet. We're just feeling these things. I'm building you, you're building me. But now you're getting spiteful because I'm still doing, you want more now.
But the
and
guys
then boom,
that-
it turned into
But the
fuckery.
guys that she's fucking on, are they your guys?
I mean,
He said they're the homies. I guess
yeah,
they're
the
not friends. They're
and
just the homies.
understand-
But they're not like-
I went through it.
They're not like brethren. They're
No, they're not like, you're not going to see them every day. You get what I'm saying? Like, you're
But
not going to
then-
see
People
me.
you know.
Yeah, exactly.
And
They're like
exactly.
one in the world.
Right.
I was just,
They're
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
associates.
You don't
I hear that.
they weren't even in the streets.
They're
first. Like,
Associates. Yeah.
some-
Damn.
Did you cry?
That's rough.
Well, at
Did
first
you
it was my
cry?
niggas. Like at first it was my niggas. So I went through it. Like this is like, it was crazy.
You cried?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Of course I cried. Yeah, because I never
Did you-
been through it before.
Did you get
The first
upset with
time I
your
did.
friends?
Pardon me?
Did you get a friend with your friends?
Years
Your
later.
guy-
Years later, when it was with my friend group, yeah, like we cleared it and we got over that. Because we were all young, we were like 19. This is right before I went on
Oh,
tour
you were
Drake.
young.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
First
You were
tour Drake.
young. Right.
So I said, fuck it. That's how I'm wilding out on tour.
What explanation does a guy have for doing that to his
Right.
boy? Is it that I didn't know y'all was that serious? Or
No, it wasn't even that. He was hurt too. Because I was, oh man.
Come on.
It's bringing
roll
back.
it on
It's
out.
okay. You're
It
in
was
therapy.
so
Let's
much-
talk about
He felt
it.
like I was
Right.
taking something from him in a sense where I was actually trying to protect him because he was very, at the time, self-destructive. So I'm playing that role in a sense where like, y'all gotta just move the piece, bro, because you're gonna just destroy it. Right? And I can't have that around here. Now you're gonna bring some shit that could hurt all of us. I don't need that around here. Right? And this is my dog. Like we grew up, like clothes on his back type shit, you know? We're good now though. We're
Right.
older now. But he didn't understand the kind of person even he was until shit really hit the fan. And I had to separate from him for him to really learn the kind of person he was, right? So when we rekindled, he was like, yo, bro, like, this is where I came from. He could never give me that conversation when we were younger.
right.
You know what I'm
he
saying?
probably didn't know it himself.
No, he
either.
didn't. 2,000%. 2,000.
Yeah.
He did not know himself. None of us did.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
y'all were 19.
Trying to make it.
Yeah.
Exactly. I ran away from home. He ran away from home. Like, she ran away.
Y'all was
Anybody
trying
got us.
shit and figuring it out.
Exactly. We're just young, dumb, stupid,
And did
just
you
trying to
forgive
figure
her
shit out.
too? Have you
Young,
guys?
dumb, and full of cum.
Well,
Okay.
that's the reason I knew, right? So it was just like, okay, like I respect you for that. Everybody else lied to me, but I respect you for coming to me and being honest with me.
Oh,
That's
she
the only-
told you?
She told me.
Oh.
Well, her
Wow.
friend
Her
told
friend
me. I
told you.
confronted. So
And she had
told
to
me
fess up.
exactly, and I confronted everybody.
Wait,
and they
her
lied.
friends told
tell
you?
you?
Yeah, her friend told me while
Your
I'm in
friends is
I was in
all
New York when I
haters.
found out.
Her friend was trying to fuck you.
Because the hoes be
I
haters.
wouldn't. I'm not like that.
The hoes
I know, but
be
still,
that
why
don't
would
mean
she
she
tell
ain't
you?
want it.
Yeah, yeah.
Happy
All my
hoes
girls,
ain't
I ain't
hating.
telling y'all man that you fucked his friend.
Right.
That's
Nah, I'm not like
Hating
that. I
hoes
don't do
ain't
that shit.
happy. And
Especially
happy
if she
hoes
was
ain't hating.
retaliated.
Yeah, nah. I let them deal with the sit
Wow.
with that on their heart because I know the kind of person I ain't trying to roll with that on my heart.
Wow.
How forgiving are you, Mahalia, when it comes to your friends? Because we've all had situations with friends.
My friend
where-
could never do that to me.
Well, okay.
That ain't a friend.
See, that's what I thought at first.
Yeah.
No,
That's what happens, right.
But
he was 19 at the
Yeah,
time.
I was young.
You were
Exactly.
19,
Now that
Yeah.
couldn't happen, but yeah.
No, my friend can never do that to me. 19, but I will say that I think behaviors and reasonings with women and men, not to generalize, but I do think they are different. If my girl did that to me, do you know what it is? It's that when I think about my girlfriends, I think that decision would be thought through.
Right.
Whereas I think a man is much more likely to maybe act on
Fall
impulse.
in it.
Yeah.
I
But
tripped
with
and
my
fell.
girls, I'm like, whoa, yeah, because I can imagine that like just as a woman, I think we have like markers where we question it, you know, from the moment we are, you know, kissing to when things are coming off to when it goes, there are a few, there's some markers. Like, well,
maybe this isn't right.
Yeah.
But you know what? I will say people, the way that they're raised and trauma they have in their life, sometimes people do things and there's like, they don't even know why they do it. Like you were saying, they may not even realize why they're doing something. You know?
2000%.
So have you ever fallen out with any of your really good friends? Because I feel like the better friends you are with somebody, there's, you know, we've seen a lot of things happening as of late with people exposing people. We were friends and now this person, because that's one rule. If I fall out with you, I'm still not going to put your business out there.
Exactly.
Like,
That's some old school. That's some old school stuff though.
Yeah.
Like, I fall on that too. Like the new generation, they don't believe in that for some reason.
For some reason.
But I do feel like in certain situations, because no friendships are always perfect.
Yeah.
Facts.
You know, and especially in a business like this where so many things can potentially happen.
So many moving parts.
Yeah. Have you ever had to like forgive a friend for something that they've done to you and move on, or has everything been pretty smooth?
So in truth, I don't have many friends. I think I had a particularly tough time in school. So I think as an adult, I find it hard to keep friends, or just I find it hard to let people
in.
Yeah, too, like I find it very hard. My close friends, nah, I don't think I've ever. If anything's ever happened, I haven't forgiven.
Wow.
That part.
So yeah.
What sign are you?
So they're not in your life.
Taurus.
You're Taurus.
That's why.
Yeah,
That's why.
It's
I'm a
not.
cusp on Taurus.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah,
Have I
you're
forgiven
Aries.
anybody?
Because I've definitely had friends do some crazy shit to me. I know you have, Gigi.
Yes, I
Laura,
have.
probably, yeah. Yeah.
But I'm so forgiving to the point where my friends know, like, no, you're stupid.
I'm not forgiving.
I'm very
Neither
like,
am I.
That was me.
I know.
You putting your head in the
Yeah.
guillotine and I'm chopping
Yeah.
it and watching it roll.
like I'm very.
You did it to yourself.
Oh,
Because
my
there's certain
goodness.
people you're like, why is this by definition my friend?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if you can't trust them around
Yeah.
the person
Well,
you're
this is my
person,
thing.
if you know that like they're talking shit about you
Behind
behind
your back, not
and
holding you down.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and things
Yeah.
like that. And you're like, why am I even wasting I had to realize sometimes that like I have to just be like, I can't do that
Separate.
anymore
Yeah, separate
to
yourself.
myself. Because if I can't trust you, then I can't be friends with you.
Right.
I had to look at myself and be like, did I give you a reason to?
It's
Like-
never your fault.
No, but you never know until you really analyze everything.
Yeah.
If you're only looking at one perspective and one side and your
That's what I
side,
was
then it's
gonna
like you're only gonna worry about and deal with it and treat it like that. Instead of looking at, I always have. That's why I can forgive my boys and everybody in that situation, and we're all good now.
Because if something
Right?
keeps on
Because-
happening to you, at some point you're like, okay,
Yeah, is it
how am I
me?
Is
part
it
of
me
this?
now? Like,
Well,
for real.
yeah,
It
at
can't
that
just be
point, you definitely
Yeah,
have to look in the
that's-
mirror and say, I
Like,
have
who
to
are
be
these
playing
people
a
that
role
I'm
in this.
choosing to be
I
around?
always
Right.
look
Yeah.
within
Taking
first.
accountability.
Yeah,
I always
exactly.
look within, and then I look at perspectives, and I look at situations. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But I always look within
It's
first
hard
to
for people
make
to do, though.
sure.
It is hard for people.
So
It's so
hard,
easy
yeah.
for me to do, like, okay, well, maybe you could have said this different, or maybe you could have done this different, or maybe you was acting on emotions and not rationality. Like, you know, like I fight myself a lot. But that's just in everything. Like with me, that's in friendships, that's in relationships, that's when it comes to my family, my coworkers, you know.
Yeah.
Like Tony
Facts.
always tell me, he's like, you're different. Like you're able to, that someone can do something and you look at something that I would never think, like, oh, maybe it was because of this or that.
Yeah.
Like to understand and over
It's
understand.
empathy.
Right.
It's so
Yeah, I'm very
empathy,
empathetic,
exactly.
and I am very
Me
empathetic.
too. Very empathic. Yeah. It's
And
hard.
It is definitely hard. Now, I know y'all have been watching this story about Carly Russell.
Jesus
Carly
Christ.
Hustle. Smell it.
I'm not
Okay, so
familiar
this
either.
woman-
Remember, I'm British.
In Alabama, she
I
pretended
miss everything.
she pretended basically that to get abducted.
Yeah.
Right? She said she saw a baby
There was
on
an
the side of the
abduction
road.
hoax.
And she went missing for 48 hours, for 2 days.
And we
And
were
then
all
she showed
worried
back
and
up,
praying
and it was
for
this
her.
whole story about how she got abducted. And now she's admitted that she made
lied
the
about
whole
the whole
thing up.
thing.
That's
Now,
what that was?
It was national
Yes.
news. Like not everybody like was really supporting prayers.
Yeah. We
everybody was
thought
like,
that she got
"Please,
abducted.
black
Yes.
woman got abducted.
Yeah.
Where is she?
Young black woman, where is she?
Made
And-
the FBI get involved. Like
yeah.
yes.
Search party, everything.
everything.
And
And
then
then
she
she
just
showed
back
up at home. Like, okay, I'm
My
back.
nigga, what?
And she had this
Yeah.
elaborate
Yes.
story about getting kidnapped and pictures taken and escaping
Now, in
and all
all
sorts of
fairness,
crazy
we didn't
stuff.
hear her say
Well, we didn't.
that
But
story, but it's
we-
what was,
Yes.
you know, her
Yeah.
family.
It was
There was a
reported.
911 call. She said she saw a baby on
Walking
the
on
side
the
of
highway.
road.
and she got out
And she
to help
stopped.
the baby, and
At the-
somebody snatched her.
Who else
Nah,
was
that's
me when they
wild
put the video out
With Kevin Hart?
looking for the baby?
In the
I
in the
don't see a
surveillance,
baby.
nobody saw a baby.
I didn't. I was
I'm like, it's
that the car
grainy,
right
but
there?
yeah.
That's some
All you
different
see is
shit.
her car with the flashers
Yeah, with the
on.
flashing lights.
There was a
Very-
video released of her on the side of the road.
Of her
Yes.
car
Is it
on
like
the side of the road.
CCTV?
Yes, of her
That's
car
some-
on the side of the road.
So I was like
so
zooming
they
in.
finally had to admit that the whole thing was a hoax and
I
she
would do
never
that.
had gotten abducted.
There was
or
no
kidnapped.
baby on the highway.
And some people feel like, and we don't know the motivation, but I guess it had something to do with her
boyfriend or ex
and
or
wanting
whatever,
to get
yeah.
back together with him and maybe
Because didn't
No,
she
stop
unblock
it.
him while she was
Yes.
while she was abducted?
so we don't know for sure.
She unblocked
but
him during that
people are
time
saying this,
Oh,
right?
Jesus.
No.
I
Tired
was
of it.
Right.
praying that it wasn't. I was like, God, please don't let this be.
It was fishy to me from day one. Like initially,
But you didn't want to say it. Like,
Initially,
nobody
I was
wanted to be
like, okay, this, they're snatching us up and putting us into the sex trade, and they're snatching us up for our melanin, right?
yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I understood that part of it. But then the story about the baby is like, how come if this baby is on a highway or on a big road, right, a main road, how come you the only person driving down this
nobody
main
else
road?
seen
Nobody
this
else
baby.
sees this
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah,
Nobody else
yeah.
pulls over to try to
They're
help
gonna
this
stop and
baby.
help this baby.
That part, I was like, this
But
is
she-
something I'm saying right.
Is she talking about like a baby?
Toddler.
a toddler on the side of the
yeah.
road.
A
the
white
highway.
baby at that.
It was white.
A little white baby on the side of the road.
But
She doing with a white baby?
I know it's a crazy story. I gotta
Yeah,
ask
it's
y'all
really a
though,
crazy story.
has anybody ever lied to you, like in a crazy situation, maybe to try to get some type of sympathy from you?
I mean,
You look like you have a situation.
niggas
Right.
always come with situations.
Yeah, like
Always.
like a woman. Has she ever tried to
Oh, a
like
woman?
like done something crazy to get your attention?
Oh,
I can't tell mine on here.
Uh-oh.
I can't.
it's that bad?
Yeah. It's pretty, but I can tell you like after, but I
Okay.
definitely can't share.
Oh
it
my
on it.
God!
What? You
everybody's
shouldn't have
so
said
distracted.
that.
No, we wanna
I want to know.
Yeah, right.
We'll
I'm
find out
nosy
later.
now.
We gotta,
Yeah.
you
Get
know,
on
with the
it.
secret
Mine's
society, all we
terrible,
ask is
mine's
trust.
It's terrible.
You
I
know,
don't know. You needed a shot.
To get my attention.
Right.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
but it was something that wasn't even true.
No. I can't tell you on here, but I have to
But,
tell you
uh,
after because oh my gosh. It was
Yeah.
crazy.
Let me see. You need a drink?
round
That's
two.
what I'm saying.
No, round two.
Yeah.
Round
You
two.
got influence.
We're round
Need
two.
another night, another shot of
So,
1942.
man.
so round
Yeah, I'll
two is gonna come with another announcement. Can I share the other announcement?
Are you pregnant?
No, girl.
And I'm playing with you. We're having
me.
fun.
I went to my head still. Like,
That's why you know when people have an announcement, it's always like.
We ain't having no kids.
Have you ever had anybody tell you they were pregnant and they weren't?
I've heard
Ooh, that's a lot.
through
Ooh.
people. I've heard
That's a
through
standard
other
one,
people
isn't
like,
it?
"Oh, I heard you got a kid." I said, "Where?"
Ooh.
And I said, "I don't even," because I know my circle most of the time. So I'm like, "Yeah, that's cap."
Okay.
Yeah. I ain't got no other kids running around here.
Just
Don't
one.
worry. No, I ain't.
Thank you, darling.
You just have one.
I just got my baby girl.
Your baby girl.
Yeah, I
My
got my
baby
baby
How
girl.
how is co-parenting for you?
It's great.
Being that it's your ex
It's great. It's great.
from the beginning.
Yeah,
was,
no.
was it a process or was it automatically?
Automatic.
That's good.
Based on the
That's very
circumstances.
good.
Because I was like, at first it was like, I was talking about abortion and I pulled up. She called me in the studio. I'm pregnant. I was, what do you mean?
At the studio.
Did you make her send you like
drove right there. Like, what are you talking about? You pregnant?
Wow.
Did you got a
So
paternity
you're
test
having
and
my
everything?
baby.
I didn't even as soon as I seen
Okay,
her.
you saw
How
the
old is
baby.
your
And
daughter?
it means
She
so
two. She just
much
turned two.
to-
I think
Okay.
that's super
Yeah, it
cool.
happened.
You have like
your pregnancy
four
happened during
sisters
COVID,
and
right?
Yeah.
Now you have a
first
baby
child is a
girl.
daughter.
Yeah.
One's
Yeah.
gone. My sister, one of my sisters died before I was born.
Okay.
It's okay.
sorry.
Yeah, and then I got two half sisters, one here and one in St. Lucia.
Okay.
And then I got my youngest sister. So
You're
my,
surrounded by women.
Yeah.
Then now,
it don't stop.
I
So-
said, here's
don't
a daughter too.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, I'm ready. But yo, she my champ, bro. She picked up the football. I'm a football, like I love American football. I was at a barbecue with like the family and shit. She picked up the football. She said, Dada. I said,
yes.
What? You want to play?
That's my baby.
That's my girl.
baby.
She running around with it. I'm trying to
Girl
knock her around. She's like,
Hashtag girl
I'm like, that's how
dad.
you hold on to the rock, baby. That's it right there. Trust me. Yeah,
I
so
love
that's
that.
my trust me. She amazing, man. I
Yes,
love it.
I
I
love
love it.
that.
Yeah.
You know what? Something I realized for Mahalia and for Roy Woods that y'all have in common. Well, a couple of different things. First of all, right, I want to talk about the difference between EPs and like a full length project, right? Because you guys both put out amazing EPs. So, how do you know what makes it onto the EP? What's the purpose of that? And then, what's the difference between what you would put on there and what you would put on a full length project?
It might be different for you. Well, for me, so usually whenever I go into it, I'm probably in my mind writing for my album. But then something will happen where I might find a song or like a couple songs that like feel like they're in the same world, and I'll build something separate. So like when I was making this album that's just come out, all the songs from my last EP, which came out last year, were all for the album.
Okay.
But then when I made those songs, they all felt like they sat perfectly together and maybe not with the album music. So I separated them.
Okay.
That's how I've always done it. But I don't know, choosing is always difficult. I think sometimes it's just about like, for me, it's just about the worlds that I want to create on either project, and like maybe this world sits better in a long form sense, and this
Then
world
that
sits
one,
better in a short form sense. You know?
As a consumer and a lover of music, I am that girl who likes to listen to full albums. Like I want to hear your project the way you intended for us to receive it. I'm not like a skip around or a mixed playlist.
Shuffle.
I want to hear your
From
body of work from the beginning to the
Yeah.
So I can, as a lover of music and a consumer, I can appreciate that process that you give because I'm here for that. For sure.
Yeah.
Like I'm a full album girl for
Me
sure.
too.
For you, Roy, was for you with your EP, because I know you put yours out, and it was pandemic time, so I understand the purpose of that.
Yeah, for sure. For me, it was EPs. I feel like you're just giving something out. At first, for me, I didn't really know even what EPs was until I got signed. I'm like, what's an EP? Isn't it the same thing? But like even for my first few EPs, it was all just songs I said I like.
Okay.
I just like these. The label like these. They even more put it together. Like this album, I've put together myself more, right? Where I feel like every song I like, I didn't just like it. There's messages behind it. Like I love these songs. I don't even stop listening to them. Every other EP and stuff like that, I don't even go back and listen to those because I don't really. I liked them, but those are just for in the moment for me. You know, where I go about it, I'm just making what I feel. I don't even go about it thinking about if this is an album or an EP. I kind of get there after I make the song. And I'm like, okay, this is for this is for that. Like I know where to put it. Right? Like I know, okay, this is EP music.
Perfect placement.
Right. And this is album music, you know? Like that's kind of how I differentiate it. Yeah.
All right. I was just curious. Both of you and everybody, like your album's out now. Yours is going to be out
Very
Next Friday.
on Friday. I know you're
28th,
excited.
baby.
We actually were privileged to have a preview. Thank you very much. And I have to say that we were listening to it earlier today, and I really enjoyed everything.
Ooh,
Can't
thank
wait
you.
to listen to some more and listen again.
I'm
So,
excited that you
cheers to
like
you.
it. Thank you so much. Blessings.
I was like, we was talking about Young Boy. That's why I brought that up. I was like, Young Boy problem. I was like, Gigi.
That's the one we ran back.
What are
We
some
like, oh,
young
let's start this one over.
I was like, what are some
And he
Young
got
Boy
y'all see the
problems?
video for it?
No, I haven't.
No, I didn't see the
Oh
video.
yeah, that's a video.
Yeah.
Yeah, on
Okay.
YouTube.
We gotta go
Yeah.
back. We gotta
I
go back
love
and
it.
check that out.
Yeah.
Most
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah, go crazy. and
Young
wild.
boy problems. I'm so
Young boy.
glad we ain't got to deal with those no more.
Yeah, so we had a conversation
Me too.
about that earlier. Young boy problem.
Grown man problems over here.
Yeah, we
What
got
are-
grown
like-
man problems.
Damn
What are
right.
what are some young boy problems that you guys have experienced?
I want to.
Or have you dated young? And what is the youngest you
Not
would
really.
date?
Well, when we were younger.
I know you
dating
guys
these
are-
young
Oh, yeah,
guys.
when we were
Yeah,
younger,
we've all
yes.
dated.
Had to.
Some young boy problems.
Yeah, like
Yeah. Lack of commitment would be one for
and like
me.
you would say,
Lack of commitment,
distractions.
definitely.
Y'all be
Yeah.
y'all be
Needing-
distracted.
I think
As I
think
said,
needing a
like-
mother for me.
needy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just like needing me to be their mum.
Right.
I think that's like the biggest thing that I'm like.
And being
I can't do it.
irresponsible, sometimes
Yeah.
like younger guys can be so irresponsible when
Yeah.
it comes to like
Inconsiderate.
simple
Which I find
things.
really
You're like,
unattractive.
like, why don't you know how to?
Do that.
Yeah.
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 Figure it out.
Babied.
Procrastinating.
Mm.
Although that's an older people problem too.
Yeah.
But I find out, with younger people, a lot of times, like if you don't have that ambition and drive and you procrastinate, that can be really.
And time will pass you by.
Yes, it will.
Yeah.
And young boys could
And then
be
you'll never be you won't be young having those problems anymore. Now you old having those problems.
young
Yeah,
boys could be
facts.
real jealous too.
Jealousy, we talked about that.
Very immature
Yeah,
and
we talked about
jealous.
that.
Insecure.
Against
Very
everybody,
insecure.
Yeah, so much.
It's
so
like
much.
I'm the older person. How you?
Yeah, compared to men,
Yeah.
they're so insecure.
Very.
So I
insecure.
get it.
But then I think
I
a
used to
lot
be
of
too though, so I get it.
I think also, do you think that like some guys, when you're younger and we don't have it like that, it can make guys insecure, like financially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Most
even
of
though we can say money doesn't matter so much to us, I feel like guys, when they don't have it like that,
It
they
takes a
themselves
bigger
Yeah.
toll on
Yeah.
them.
Well, because
Yeah.
I would stay broke, nigga.
Yeah. I was
You gotta be
definitely.
buying BB and diamonds if you didn't like it. But, like, no,
I was
like it.
definitely in a situation with a guy who I think he was more he was more into impressing me, and I'm like, yo, like I'm not, like I'm okay as long as you're doing what you got to do to make your money and to get where you're going, and you're hustling and you're out here really trying. Like I'm okay. You don't have to have a whole
rare
lot
type
of money.
of woman though.
Like we're gonna we're gonna do that together. Like that's where I'm at now. Like let's build together.
I think more women are accepting of that if they can see that you're ambitious. Then
Yeah.
you
Where
would
are they
believe.
No.
Where they
I
at,
think
though?
it's a newer thing because there was a long period of time. Well,
I think it's
most
more of a
definitely
maturity thing.
Yeah.
It is.
that makes sense.
Because like that. I mean, I was never brought up like that.
Right.
So whenever I would see the conversation about, or like even just
gotta have
chatting to my
this.
girlfriends, and like all my girlfriends being like, he needs to have this.
Yeah.
I've never had that. So, but
plus
also
y'all.
I think if you're an ambitious woman, you maybe expect. You don't, I don't know how to explain it. I feel like when you're okay, like for me, I've, for quite a long time now, always had ambition, always been financially okay. Not financially fantastic, but like I can look after myself.
Yeah.
So I've never expected a man to look after me, I think.
It's crazy. One of my friends always says, I can't wait till I get some money so I can date who I want to date.
Yeah.
That's what she says. I want to, And so,
maybe that's what it
nowadays,
is.
man. That's why I be scared, man.
But it's true too. It's like how we were speaking. Like a guy treats you how like. So this girl had the Steve Madden bag, and I loved my Steve Madden bag. And she's like, "We gonna have to work on getting you a name brand bag because when you meet a man, if he sees you with a Steve Madden bag, that's the level he's gonna treat you in." And I was like, to me, it's kind of like if a man got it and he sees me and he likes me and he's really into it,
He gonna boss you up.
he's gonna level me up. Like I don't want to be with no one. Like
That's
I can't be
true.
with you and you got a whole lot of money and you see me out here working hard. You see me out here being ambitious, all of this, and you're not helping me out. I would do it for
people
you.
with money also, I find that come from money, they don't really care about name brand things like that.
No.
Yeah.
Like,
Because it's a race to money.
Yeah.
yeah, because they also like just could buy something because they like it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And they're not
Not
thinking
really.
like, I got to get
I gotta
this to
have
prove
this.
that I'm
Right.
Yeah.
So I
Some
get
niggas with
it.
no money that really be.
See, I grew up without money, so I like name brand shit.
Me too, sis.
That's
But
what it is,
I buy
though.
it for myself. I do like
That's what
to
it
buy
is.
myself.
Listen, if
nice.
I can afford it, I'm gonna get it.
No doubt.
But even still, sometimes I'm like, sometimes when we go with shop, she loves to shop.
Yeah.
I'm like, and you really gonna pay $5,000 for that bag?
I
You
can't
sure?
do that no more,
You
man.
sure?
Like,
I can't do it no more now.
And
can't do
I
that no
think to
more.
myself,
Angela
I'm
has
like,
Responsibilities now, y'all.
I think
Come on.
financially, I am
Come on.
responsible. Like when things are going really well for me, I will like treat myself and buy something really
Yeah.
nice. But when I know, like when I have a lot of investments out, I gotta stop doing
Yeah.
that, and I can. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I know when I have to stop, and I know when I have a goal of something financially that I need to reach. I know, okay, I can't do this right now.
Yeah.
And if
Yeah.
I have a goal, it's great. Like I like to set a
Yes.
goal for myself and save up money and really make sacrifices until I get to that.
Yeah.
That's fire.
I think I just like a man that's aware.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like aware of himself and aware of what he wants out of
Yes.
life and aware of what he wants to do. Like even I remember when I first met my guy, obviously he was like fresh out of college. He was studying to be a lawyer, but also doing music. That in itself just like
You're like, I like
Yeah.
him.
right. And,
That's
like,
different.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
so
No cap.
He reads books.
but he wasn't earning any
nigga is
money.
that?
And it's really funny because when we finally came to the discussion about moving in together, I remember saying to him, like, you know, like you can come and live with me. I love this man. So this was the first man that I said, you can come and be with me. And he was like, I don't want to do that. Not until I can do that. And I remember thinking, God, I've never dated a man that's actually aware of that.
Proper.
And like, you know, like being in my space and not being able to afford to be there.
Yeah,
you know?
wow.
So for me, it's not that it's even about money. It's just about having a man that's aware. Because I definitely have had men who have had money and
we're
been able
not
to
aware.
buy me things, and then it just emotionally not been there.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
Time is the most important thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly.
A lot of men just don't know, you know?
You said what?
A lot of men just don't know.
Yeah.
Real talk. Because like, as you said something earlier, like most young men want their girls to be their moms.
Yeah.
And it's a fact. It's all these, I feel like all of our traumas on our partners
Oh,
very young,
absolutely.
when we're young.
When
You know
you're
what I'm
young.
saying?
Yeah.
That's
And
another
we're
young
not
boy
dealing
problem.
with it.
Yep.
Well, same thing for the girls though.
Yeah.
They do it too. Like it's both parties realistically. Like it doesn't matter
100%.
what home you come from. If you home is disrupted at a young age,
Yeah.
Right.
you're gonna have
Yeah.
problems.
Yeah.
That's what I've seen. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just a mud thing because we don't know until you get older and then you go through some shit and you look at yourself like, yo, okay, I can die. Do I want to keep living like this? You know?
Yeah.
A man won't change until them things happen.
Yeah.
Myself.
Let me ask you this: can you have amazing sex with somebody you don't love?
How could that happen?
I've had amazing sex with somebody
That's a
I
no
didn't
and a
love.
yes.
No, I've done that. Yes.
Good, yeah, but amazing.
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 No, I
I've
can't.
done that.
I'm too passionate.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I've
I'm way
done
too
that.
passionate. I can't.
That's so interesting. So the one guy in the room says no.
No, I'm very interested
So-
by that.
Yeah.
I wasn't in love with them, but after the sex, I fell in love.
You know
I
what?
know those ones.
It was so
You fell in
amazing.
love. Sex
made you
I
fall
didn't
in
know,
love.
you know, and it
that's
was
not
just
really
so
in
amazing.
love.
I was like, I think I'm in love with the dick.
That was me. Yeah, see, yeah.
I'm in love with the cocoa.
All right, so you say yes, you can have amazing sex with somebody that you're,
I think so.
okay, or you know so you have.
Oh no, I know so.
Okay, see,
Yeah. See. Definitely. I agree. I've done that.
I
Yeah,
think you
100%.
yeah, like you definitely. I think it also just depends what kind of sexual partner you are.
Mm-hmm.
I think I am probably someone who enjoys sex and like I can release all of those emotions whilst having sex with somebody that I don't love.
ooh, that is.
I feel that. No, because I used to be like that. So I feel that.
This is
So now
fun.
you said no, so that's interesting.
Because
So-
I'm too passionate now. Like, I can't have someone.
But you used to be able to.
Well, yeah, because I just love sex.
Right.
Now I love love. I want to make love to you
Yeah.
with and fuck you crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because that, when I love you, that's what I want. I'm a wild nigga, so I like.
What?
crazy.
What else?
So
What
what's
makes you
wild?
I've had some make love and fuck me crazy this past week with my new fiance.
That's how you're supposed to
She
be.
dates
Come on.
say fiance.
Day 2, I woke up with 2 big ass hickeys on my neck, and I walked around like that for like 4 days.
Happy about it too. Like,
Proud
They
to
were
it.
huge. Yes, I was so proud. Like I was wearing shirts like this so that you could see them. Like
No cap.
we went
I
to
love
dinner, and I was just like, yeah.
but what makes you amazing and wild?
it. You gonna go here now?
Yes,
You're on lip service.
still, you know.
Dang. Well, listen. I know exactly what I need to do with my partner.
The Eat Out initiative.
No, listen. We ain't going there.
You
We ain't
don't
talking
eat out?
about- We ain't even talking about that.
You don't eat out?
I'm just talking about what I know what to do, and I know what to do.
But you don't eat out.
He knows what to do.
I ain't talking
He
about
knows
all
what to
that.
do.
He's
I
part of
ain't
that initiative.
disclosing
Save the
shit,
restaurants.
saying yes to no. But I'm just saying I know what's to do.
So you eat. So you
Listen,
eat out.
I'm saying
He
I
does
know
it all.
what's
He
to
does it
do.
all.
I know what's to do. All right, I know it all. Listen, but that's
Roy's Wood.
For one of come on, now, girl.
Wood.
You killing me out here. You
Hashtag
Yo.
Rosewood.
Wow.
I'm here for
You're
it.
killing me. I ain't saying yes or no to nothing. I'm a wild boy.
The woods,
You
standing in the
asking me, you know,
Listen, you
I'm a
don't
wild
have
boy.
to. You don't have to answer the answer. You
You don't-
already answered.
Listen,
We
man,
get it.
y'all killing me.
But what's wild though? Like what's wild? Like
I'll
I'm
pick
trying
you
to
up
think
with
of
my
my
skinny ass. I'll pick you up.
Come
and
on,
I'm-
bench press.
Come on, I'm doing that. Like
Sweaty
really-
and
what?
Tight
Nasty,
shaking.
choking, slapping, like all that, and then it's all this love and passion.
Wait, you
as I'm
choke?
doing
You
it.
like to be choke and slap too?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, I do. It's all that,
choke
vice
is-
versa.
Have you ever had marks afterward on yourself?
Yes.
Are we spitting
Yes.
in mouth?
Like,
Yes.
Are
Do
we
you like
pulling out the
biting?
We're
toys?
spitting in my. Listen, pull out the toys. We're
Yes.
doing 2 at a time.
Woo.
Yeah, man.
2 toys at a time?
Well, no, my toy and her toy.
Okay.
Yeah, period. That part. I'm
That's
here
what
for
I'm saying
all of
about
that.
wild boy. Like I'm not
No
closed
holds
off to a
barred.
lot
No
of stuff.
holds barred.
I love different like positions. Like I go crazy. Like I just
what's the longest you've gone? Like
All day.
no days. It was
Okay, plural.
it was like 3 whole days. This was my girl.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was like just days we were just going at it. I said, "Oh my god." The
Isn't it
things
great?
you do to me, the things
So
I can do to
blissful.
you. You know what I'm saying?
what is the
Love,
wildest
love.
place you ever had sex?
The which?
Wildest place
Oh, I just said on an economy flight.
on an economy flight.
Yeah.
Where-
Okay,
Mile High
Spirit.
Club?
Come through, Spirit.
Yeah, right.
In the toilet. In the seats.
No, she was up. She was standing up.
On the flight?
Yeah. Well, yeah, we were in the bathroom. She stood up with
Oh,
me.
in
I
the
just
bathroom.
got
How
right
did
with
y'all
it.
go in the
In the
bathroom
bathroom.
together without people?
Everybody sleep. It was a long flight.
Okay.
There
Oh,
you
that's
go.
smart. That's what I told my friend we
Yeah.
should do.
Tiptoe into
We already
the
had the plan.
bathroom.
The flight attendant probably like, just let them be.
Yeah.
Just let them finish.
No, we know how to fuck quiet.
All right now.
Yeah.
How long did it last?
That had to be a quick.
I can't remember. It was definitely. a
But
quick
are you
one.
are you normally loud? If it's
Me?
not like, yeah.
Because I know how to fuck quiet. Like, it depends.
Are you
Like,
loud?
I'll be-
Like when you're able to let loose, are you loud? When you're in the house? Yes, he's loud.
Yeah.
Let me see
he
it.
is loud.
Yeah.
Give us an
I
example.
know how to whisper loud. Let's just
I,
say
know,
that.
I can whisper very loudly.
Yeah, I know how to whisper loud, but if somebody up and they hear, they'll probably hear. Or if they like right there and they pass them by the room, they'll hear it. But if you downstairs, you
I like when guys are loud. What do you think, Mahalia? When guys make a lot of noise? Not too much, but like
No, but just
Yeah.
a little grunt, just something to make me know that
Yeah.
it feels good.
Yeah.
Like when a man, I mean, listen, let me just say now, sorry, Dad, but when a man
Blood clot.
is, listen, my father will kill me.
Lord Jesus.
But when a man is silent, it really doesn't do anything for me. Like
I
I
get
need
that.
you
I
to
need
just
to-
let me know. That
Yeah,
I feel
that
that shit.
reassurance.
I feel that shit, yeah.
100%. Also, because that's the only time that you really hear a man make a noise like that.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
vulnerable. It's like a vulnerable
Yeah.
time.
It
100%.
Yeah.
It's a
I
power
think it's
trip.
important.
I
It's
see
making
how
me
y'all
smile.
I feel like I make it.
It's making me smile.
Where you're into it and like they're saying you're so into it and they whispering something. You're like,
Yeah, it's
huh?
crazy.
Wait, what you say?
Oh my God, I hate when they say
That's
shit.
so.
You
I mean, like,
wait, huh?
I
yeah.
can't hear you.
Right.
Like,
So
it's-
you gotta speak up.
Doesn't that kill the mood a little? Because I'm
It
just
does.
like, I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
What about when somebody laughs?
There was a girl doing like a list of
Like they
things.
laughing, like they giggling during section shit.
I don't know if I've ever had a
I've had that like twice.
Oh, I've just wiped.
It's awkward.
I'm not gonna lie. I did
I
laugh
think I
when
laughed
my.
during sex when I was on shrooms before.
Well, I
You
laughed.
know, I'm saying shit, you know?
Yeah.
It's not like a regular thing.
I laughed when my pussy farted.
You queen.
That's hilarious,
I
though.
was like, oh my god.
You can't ignore it. You gotta
Yeah.
acknowledge it.
I was like,
That's a
wait.
giggle moment. That's a
Yeah, that's cute
Queef
though.
and
That's
giggle.
not, yeah.
I was like, oh my god, embarrassing.
I'm talking about just that casual laugh. Like you ask them, okay, like, you know, let's go bacas. Okay. It's like,
Oh no.
That's,
No,
yeah, I don't know about
Yeah,
that.
no.
Yeah.
I had a girl
yeah,
say
like, what are you
that,
doing?
I had a girl say that's an ick when you're like, if you're there and he whispers and then you have to say what?
Yeah.
It's,
Super
it's a horrendous thing.
Yeah, it's so
Yeah.
annoying to me. And
And
then
then
I
he
just,
repeats it.
yeah.
Louder.
He's like, I said, I'm like, oh my God, you
Turn
could
up
have
the
just let it
volume.
go. Nothing. Oh, baby, this was good. Like, you could have just,
What about when guys dirty talk, but then they say some shit and you like,
yeah. Like,
I don't know, that's too
actually, I don't think it's doing what it's supposed to be
yeah,
doing.
that's
And
not
then-
giving what it
Did
was
it-
supposed to give.
getting me dry right now. Like shit, like. I never had that moment.
So there was a, I don't know, was it like a meme or something where there was like women we riding them from the top and like you're laying on them and you grinding your clit, like that doesn't do nothing for the man. Like you don't, like that's not a good,
Yeah, it's painful.
Oh,
really?
Painful?
Yes, at least for
Really?
me. It's
Wait.
painful.
I was like, when I heard
Which
that, I was
bit's
like,
painful?
Huh?
but we like
part's
it.
The grinding.
I love it.
You just bending my dick.
Oh, bending. Okay.
That's what's going
I
on.
get that.
And I gotta pretend like, yeah, it's good. Like,
So that's
It's
why
just
she has to lift
bending.
him up and grab your leg and then just
Or put the
while
pillow
he's
under his
sitting
back.
up.
Yeah.
bend, yeah,
That's
you
what I do.
Well, I mean, that's some nigga gotta be comfortable.
Did you just growl?
Yeah,
did.
like I
He
just lift
did.
him up.
You lift his legs up?
No.
No.
I'm on top, but I make him come up, sit up. Like we're sitting.
Oh, yes,
So
yes, yes,
instead
yes,
of
yes,
me
yes,
laying on him
Yeah, and he can like hold
and
you,
grinding,
like,
I just sit
type
him up
shit.
and it feels because like
Yeah, I
now
love
I'm
that
going up
position.
and down,
Yeah.
but my clitoris is
It's
look,
right
I don't
there.
touch us.
No,
But
yeah,
guys
that
can
one.
come when you're on
on with
top.
it.
And every, yeah.
Yeah, no, they can, but they say that from us
don't like
grinding on the clit that doesn't do nothing
when
for
you,
them.
Yeah, when you're just doing that grinding shit,
Yeah.
that's like doing nothing. It's more like, as she said, when you
Like
come
you have-
up together.
But when
or
you're
if she's down with
grinding,
you,
right?
Yeah.
that's when
Isn't
it
that
feels-
getting the
Yeah,
you
like,
getting
does
it
it do
all
nothing?
inside you? Don't they like that? Like, don't
Yeah,
they
aren't
like
you
when it's
going up
all
and
the way
down?
in?
Yeah, well,
though?
no, it's like you're on top of them, but you're laying and you know how you grind,
Wait, but your legs
Yeah,
back.
see,
and you like
Yeah,
to
I'm not
rub
doing
your clitoris
I love
on like
Laura's
this part.
visuals.
Yeah. See, I'm not doing that.
So you just bending it like my dick.
Yeah.
Like,
And I saw that, I was like,
Like, in the
oh,
middle,
so they
like,
don't
just,
like that. That shit feels so good for
It's-
me.
it's-
Yeah, I like that.
it feels so good for y'all. Feels so.
But
bad
I
for
learned
us.
now. I was like, I just
Yeah.
make them come up and I
Yeah.
grind because I'm still
Okay.
going
I'm
up and down.
confused. got it.
No,
I know. I
that makes
thought,
sense.
listen,
Yeah.
I don't know. I
That
didn't know it
position
was
feels
good.
great. Like, I love that position.
Somebody
It's so
said,
sensual.
yeah.
I love it.
Mahalia, you also said once a cheater, always a cheater.
I did.
You still
Yeah.
believe that?
I do.
Damn.
You don't think that people could cheat, make mistakes, and then not cheat anymore?
What? Yes. Okay. So I do think that, but I don't think that the statement is saying if you cheat on me, you're going to cheat on me again. I think the statement is saying you're a cheat, so you'll always be a cheat. And I think that's how I feel when for me, if you cheated on me, the reason why I personally can't go any further is because that deceiving, lying nature
It's a stain.
is
You'll
in
always be a
you.
cheater to me.
Yeah.
It's just engraved in your head.
That's what
Yeah.
I mean when I say
Okay.
once cheat was a cheat. I definitely think that people can change. And I imagine that, you know, he could cheat on me and then date a new girl and not cheat on her, of course. But
Right.
that don't mean that he didn't cheat on me.
Okay. You were the cheater.
100%.
So you don't be spinning the block.
And you don't give those second chances when
Even
it
if
comes
the
to-
dick
that's
good.
So that's a non-negotiable.
Non-negotiable for you.
Potentially.
Deal
I
breaker.
get that.
Yeah.
Potentially.
You'll probably
that.
spin the back,
But
get
I'm
the
the
dick, and keep it
opposite.
moving.
You're the
Yeah,
opposite?
yeah,
What
yeah.
do you
That
mean?
part.
I mean, I would, like, I also fuck with you, but I'm
I
not
love that
fucking
you
with you
say
on that
that.
level. Because I know, like, okay, that's how you are.
But what's the point then?
Well, in a sense, because nobody perfect. So how do I know I'm not gonna make a mistake and not want somebody to judge
But
me?
if you're
the same
never
way that
going to
I'm
mess
being
with them on
I'm
that
judging them?
level, then
Yeah.
it is kind of over. Because
Well,
then you're still
no, yeah, for
always
sure.
a cheater.
Yeah, for sure. Like that's because trust me, I've been through it. Like, okay, for instance, like shorty who fucked the gang and shit. Like, okay, yeah, you did that, and I keep. I'm not gonna diss you and be like, okay, fuck you, but I'm not gonna let you be my girl. You're never getting that title, right?
But you'll still
Of
have
course
sex
not.
with her again.
Oh, well,
And
shit.
did.
And do you think about that? Like, okay, I always wondered this. When
Yeah.
when a guy gets cheated on and the girl comes back and you still do it, do you think about it ever? Because I know if you have sex with a guy who cheated on you, you think about it
Yes.
sometimes.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah, you do
Absolutely.
think about it,
Right.
And that's why I don't go back.
Yeah.
Because it's like
You just go back for the
it just
pussy.
depends on for me. Like,
yeah.
I know everybody ain't perfect, especially for young. Or everybody goes through shit, so we're gonna make a mistake. You're gonna feel something. I don't even know how I even played a part into you feeling like that. I just can't be that kind of person for me, right? I just gotta look at every angle before I be like, okay, yeah, that's you, right? I don't know what I played, what position I played, what role I played. But was I maybe not giving you enough? Maybe you needed more, and I couldn't, and you didn't know how to communicate with that with me. It's shit like that I have to just keep the possibility open, just to analyze and see what the hell is going on, and then okay, boom, I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna keep you here. I'm gonna keep you here. Whatever, right? So. That's just
Now
how
I
go about
understand this mixed emotions.
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, because this
Yeah.
project is out on
I
Friday.
think I used
Mixed
to be
emotions.
more like that.
it. Pardon me?
I think I used to be more like that. I think I used to maybe try and figure out the part I played.
Yeah.
Now I don't have time for that.
You don't have time for that shit. I feel you.
No. No, I don't.
What do
Yeah.
you consider cheating?
And I mean, shit. Are you entertaining somebody else's feelings, pleasures?
I feel like
Taking on
anything
their
that you can't
pains.
do in front of your partner is
For sure,
cheating.
it's cheating.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
On an emotional level, on a physical level.
Talking.
If you feel like you can't say these things or do these actions and it's okay to do
Yeah.
with your partner beside you or in the room,
Yeah.
then I feel like then that's a violation to your relationship.
yeah,
So,
bang.
okay, let's say your ex texts you, I miss you, and you just say, I miss you too. Is that cheating?
Why you missing your ex?
That's emotional. It's emotional cheating.
Me
But
and my
sometimes
ex
it's
are
also
friends.
just like, they just send me a
No,
text.
no,
I
y'all
just
just
texted, no
friends.
big deal.
But we know what
Because
that
we
is. I
might
ain't
think
dumb.
something's not a big deal because we know it's not a big deal
High
to
school, you
us.
can get away with
Yeah,
that.
it might
Right.
not be a
Grown
big deal
guy-
to you, but
What you
that could
talking
be
about
your
now? Like,
ex
come on.
casting that fishing rod to see if he still got
And I
it.
miss you too could also just be like, I
Even
miss
and
you.
especially when they
Yeah.
know
It
that you're
depends on
in
how
a
you
new
say it, though,
relationship.
for sure.
But
You be
in
like, yeah, I
the
miss
text,
you
you
too.
can't tell how you
In
say
text,
it.
you can't
Yeah.
tell. But
you
if they
say,
know that
as
you're
a friend,
in
I do miss you, but you know, or whatever. Like, you can still say it. As a
If
friend, I
this-
miss
Oh
you.
my God, if I text
Deuces.
somebody I miss you and they said back to me, as a friend, I do miss you.
as a friend. But here's the thing:
At least
if
you know
you are
what it
with
is.
someone, if you know that your ex is with in a new relationship, why are you telling them you miss you? You being messy.
Yeah.
So if that's the case,
That's a
then
fact.
that's not. Yeah, that's
You
not
need to
cool.
go back.
That's not cool.
That's how I feel. You need to go back. You ain't ready for it right here.
Well, listen, you guys, in real life, IRL is available now. So are you going on tour? What's happening?
So I'm going on a UK Europe tour
Okay.
in October, November.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a US tour currently being planned for the start of next year.
Oh, that's
Damn.
I'm just waiting
huge.
to announce.
You coming to Canada?
I am, of course.
I gotta pull
Nice.
up.
Of course.
If you pull up, if you're in Toronto,
That's
you
so
know.
cool.
Listen, y'all two together. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should
Yeah.
really do that.
Most
Yeah,
definitely. I gotta
for
take you in
sure.
for real.
Yeah.
Because she's really, really amazing.
You
I
And
don't
just
doubt
if
it.
even and look, I know that you can stand alone on your own, but the cosigns that both of you have gotten are some of the
Yes.
biggest in the business, and I know it means a lot. I mean, you've gotten some huge cosigns, and so
Yeah.
I know that's always a special thing. And clearly, you have as well. You know,
Already.
being on OVO, getting
Yeah.
those cosigns, and it sucks that like people pay attention to stuff like that. But it's also nice that you both have them.
Yeah.
You know, at the
most
same
definitely.
time,
Most
it's
definitely.
like
Yeah.
it's kind of like bang, and I know it must feel good
Yeah.
when you get certain phone calls and when certain people are reaching out like, yo, what's good, like let's get on
It
some-
definitely does. I think
It's a
that
blessing.
yeah, like it's the first one is always the like craziest, or just I think just the idea of the kind of cosign thing is.
What was your first cosign?
It was Ed Sheeran.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
mean,
huge.
Eddie?
Right. Brush them shoulders, okay?
Yeah, no, for real.
It was a guy called Ed Sheeran.
No, big man. I love
it was
Ed
like,
Sheeran. Yeah.
and it was crazy because I was 13, so it was like
Wow.
Ed Sheeran is the reason why I got signed.
That's
It's the reason
sick.
why everything
Nice.
even started.
Big
And
up
then it
yourself.
kind of I don't know. But back then it was just me and a guitar, so I think he like
Okay.
I think he
That's so
really
cool.
got it. Yeah.
That's so
Very
dope,
cool.
man.
You gotta love it.
Yeah,
And
man.
your first cosign?
Yeah, well, Drake. You know.
Y'all got some big first cosigns.
Yeah,
Shit.
you know, just taking me on tour, just with the feature and everything, and just like just being a cool dude. Like everybody, he's so busy, and I know that just from being around for so long, even younger, like but. There's been times where he's given me that time to just talk, just understand what's going on. I was lost, young, and confused, and there was a time he gave me that.
Nice.
Forever grateful and appreciated for that, because it helped me just feel a little bit better in going forward and knowing, okay, this is where I'm at. You feel me?
You got a lover boy
So
on your
speaking
team.
of Drake,
And one last thing. Has he met your girlfriend?
No, I mean, no, nobody really has. I keep my
keep
I-
your circle
Cause you a
tight.
lover boy.
It's not even that.
No,
It's not even that.
I was just being stupid.
Yeah.
I was being messy.
Clearly, you being toxic.
A little bit.
He said no.
No, but I haven't even brought her out. So
Nice.
yeah, we taking steps, baby steps.
Gotta
baby
pop
steps.
out, baby.
Yeah, I mean,
So
if
Laura, I just seen you throw that back. You got a little something in your cup still? Cause
I ain't gonna lie. It was like,
I'm-
weren't we
Alright, look,
supposed to be taking a
last
shot
of my
and then sipping
announcements,
it?
y'all.
Okay.
So speaking of Drake,
yeah.
I am a part of a docu-series that his entertainment company is producing along with
Right.
Jermaine Dupri
Jeez.
and some other investors. And that docu-series is about Magic City, which is the famed, infamous strip club in Atlanta, where I actually got my rise to fame in the
infamous
entertainment
Maguire
industry,
from
right?
The infamous snack pack.
Yes. So I'm a part of the, of course, I'm a part of the docu-series. I did an interview because of the status that I had at the club. However, I was asked to narrate. So I actually narrated, and production has wrapped. Drake just finished his part of his interview, right, with production. So production has wrapped, and we are now shopping the docu-series to all of the major networks. And the big news, without giving the biggest news, is that
you're
I'm a part of the pitch team.
Yes. Go, Gigi.
I am a part of the pitch team. So we have huge networks like Netflix, Hulu, BT, and so forth and so on that are interested. And I will be sitting in on these meetings this coming
That's
week
so awesome.
to
Amazing.
pitch this amazing body of work that
Good
I'm
for
so
you.
proud to be a part of.
Yeah.
So cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
Big things are
Go
going.
on, Gigi.
And shout out to Drake for being a part of this project, because him being a part of this project really took it to another level.
He loves a strip club.
And we all know he loves strippers.
Malaya, what's
So,
his
yeah.
already know.
Oh man.
All right, and
love.
more announcements to come. All right. Well, thank you
Yes.
guys so much for joining us. Honestly, it's been a pleasure, Mahalia,
Thank
IRL, in real life. Okay, Roy Woods, or as we called you earlier, Roy's
Rose
Woods. Roy's Wood.
Y'all too much.
Mixed emotions, and now we see why.
With your wild ass.
I like that. I'm gonna use that.
That's your new
Mixed
hashtag.
emotions, and now you see why.
And now you see why.
All right, and congratulations again to Gigi.
Yes,
Yes.
Gigi.
Big up
She's gonna
Congrats.
change her name, but you changing
Yes.
your last name?
I am. And when I do, of course, Gigi Maguire is my entertainment name. A lot of people don't know this, even though I wear it around my neck in diamonds. My real name is Kafi. So without telling my fiance's full name, I will be changing my name to Kafi Austin. That sounds like
I like
prestigious,
Kafi
right?
Austin.
Kafi Austin.
It just flows.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm here for that.
I
Well,
love
we
it.
love to see it. We'll be at
Yes.
that wedding, baby.
Yes, y'all will.
Okay.
Yes.
It is lip service.
Cheers.
Blessings.